Deputy Head of Crime Intelligence, Major General Faraz Khan, is said to be in a critical condition at Netcare Mill Park Hospital after an apparent targeted shooting in Houghton on Sunday night. The South African Police Service, SAPS, has launched a high-level investigation following the attempted assassination of Major General Faraz Khan, who was shot on Sunday evening on 3rd Avenue in Houghton. This investigation is being led by the Gauteng Hawks, Gauteng Crime Intelligence, and the SAPS Detective Service. The acting National Commissioner has further directed that the Political Killings Task Team, PKTT, be incorporated into the investigation to ensure that every possible lead is pursued and that those responsible are brought to book. Major General Khan was scheduled to appear before the Madlenga Commission on July 1st, 2026. While SAPS is aware of public speculation regarding the timing of the attack, it is premature and irresponsible to speculate on any possible motive or conclude that the incident is linked to his anticipated appearance before the Commission. Detectives will follow evidence wherever it leads. The South African Police Service views any attempt to intimidate, silence, or attack any individual involved in judicial processes in the most serious light, and any attempt to interfere with the administration of justice or the work of the Commission will be met with the full might of the law. The acting National Commissioner of SAPS, Lieutenant General Puling Dimpane, has condemned the attack and assured the public that no resource will be spared in identifying, tracing, and arresting those responsible. The SAPS remains resolute in protecting the rule of law and ensuring that justice prevails. Lieutenant General Dimpane has wished Major General Khan a speedy recovery, and her thoughts are also with his family during this period. This is what the national spokesperson of SAPS, Brigadier Athlenda Mate, said when she was talking to YNCA.
That last night, just before midnight, an attempt was made on the life of Major General Faraz Khan. This is a deeply concerning incident, and we are grateful that he survived. We can confirm that he is in hospital. Our thoughts are with him and his family, and we wish him a full and speedy recovery. We are told that the shooting happened alongside 3rd Avenue in Houghton. He was then transported to hospital in an ambulance where he allegedly underwent surgery, and he is now recovering in hospital.
Do you know how he's doing? We understand that his condition is critical.
Well, I cannot confirm that now. We do not have a medical report from the medical practitioners, but however, I can confirm that an investigation is already underway on the attempted murder. We've got the Hawks, we've got crime intelligence, we've got the detective service that are pursuing all available leads. And in addition, the acting national commissioner has directed that the political killings task team be incorporated into the investigation to ensure that every possible angle is thoroughly investigated.
Then Yusuf Abram G. wrote this post on his X account. A police report on last night's shooting of Major General Faraz Khan says, upon arrival, Major General Khan was already in theater undergoing medical treatment. He had been driving a gray Suzuki Baleno registration, which was found parked on the side of the road. No bullet holes were found on the vehicle. However, a projectile impact was identified on the road surface, and 2 spent cartridges were recovered. A handwritten yellow note was also recovered at the scene. The note stated that a case of defeating or contempt of court should be opened against Colonel Korambi and General Kumalo and investigated by IDAC. The vehicle was thoroughly searched, and the HP laptop was recovered from the spare wheel compartment. Major General Faraz Khan was scheduled to testify in the Madlenga Commission inquiry on the 1st of July, 2026. We have seen something like this before with Brown Makatsi, who tried to avoid going to commission by staging the shooting of his car. I'm not saying General Khan has done the same thing, but something doesn't add up in his story. At the moment, we will leave everything to the police to investigate, then get to the bottom of this. A few days ago, we spoke about the article, which was written by News 24, on what IDAC head advocate Andrea Johnson said about General Mkwanatsi refusing to meet with them. And the note that is found on General Khan's vehicle is written that the case must be investigated by IDAC. We have to ask ourselves why IDAC, because there is no corruption. It is defeating the ends of justice. Madlanga Commission spokesperson Jeremy Michael says, the Commission is aware that Major General Faraz Khan was wounded in a shooting incident which took place in Houghton, Johannesburg, last Sunday night. We wish Major General Khan a speedy recovery. The Commission is in contact with all necessary stakeholders, including the South African Police Service, SAPS, regarding the situation. Major General Khan is a key witness and was due to appear before the Commission on Wednesday, 1 July 2026. The Commission will be engaging with Major General Khan's legal representatives during the course of today. In light of last night's incident, we will in due course make an announcement regarding the Commission's program for Wednesday. Major General Khan's lawyer said interesting things when he spoke to the members of the media.
Last night, we are all aware that General Khan is a highly decorated and long-standing senior member of the South African Police Services. He has been actively participating and preparing himself to testify and fully cooperate with the Madlanga Commission. And he intended this Wednesday to fully lay bare involvement of senior members of the South African Police Services in certain offences and criminal activity, as well as speaking to criminal syndicates and what appears to be interference designed to destabilize certain portions of our community. General Khan has in recent months been targeted by persons intent on tarnishing his reputation, despite him overseeing the rescue of kidnapped victims, dealing with narcotics being trafficked into our country, as well as illicit goods. General Khan has been vilified on the basis of unsubstantiated claims by persons who have been discredited in the media and in the Commission of Inquiry. It is of concern that members of the police have conducted themselves reminiscent of what we experienced with apartheid police by entering his home on a Sunday morning, claiming to be looking for drugs, when all that they sought to confiscate without a warrant were his electronic devices that contain confidential information relating to state secrets. We must all be concerned about this conduct by the South African Police Services, which appears to be a subversion of the rule of law. We will make available an excerpt of an affidavit that was commissioned by General Khan yesterday for purposes of his appearance in the Commission. And we note, unfortunately, that the prophecy that blood will spill on the roads has now come true.
Advocate Khan and Zianda Ngobo from Newsroom Africa. Let's take a step back, because at the top of your statement you say it appears that South African Police Service members were involved in this assassination attempt of the crime intelligence boss. As things stand, to your knowledge, what actually happened in the early hours of this morning? Let's start there before I ask my other questions.
Well, General Khan had been actively preparing to appear before the Commission, and we had worked with him extensively in recent days. As of yesterday, certain applications were delivered to the Commission of Inquiry calling for his evidence to be delivered in camera, because it implicates members of the South African Police Service. And we now know that in the late hours of last night on his way home, there was an attempt on his life. The investigations by the police service are ongoing, and we don't wish to hinder or interfere with that process. We look forward to all good members of the South African Police Service doing their job.
You, I understand, have been in a meeting with the South African Police Service between the time General Khan was admitted to hospital and the conversation we're having now. We understand that there are a lot of CCTV cameras in that area. Have you been able to retrieve some of that footage?
So, as matters stand right now, the police are investigating this and other aspects and following up on leads. we don't comment further in that respect.
I mean, you've said quite a lot in your statements about you believe that, firstly, General Khan was going to speak about members of the South African Police Service, but that the prophecy of blood spilling on the streets has come to pass. In other words, who do you believe, as you stand here, would want General Feroz Khan dead?
Well, as appears from the Madlanga Commission, there is a lot of malfeasance in the police service. There have been accusations leveled against General Khan, which we believe are unsubstantiated, and he had been looking forward to clear his good name. There's clearly political motives, and there's an agenda to discredit him from within the South African Police Service. And all things being equal, we look forward to him fully recovering and being able to provide information to the Commission.
Before I get to the states of General Khan, let's talk about the fact that you knew that he was a high-value witness. You knew that you were deposing these affidavits. Why wasn't he traveling around with protection? I mean, there's been commentary about even the vehicle he was traveling in. Surely, as a deputy crime intelligence boss, he should have known better. I'm not saying that he deserved what happened to him, please hear me clearly, but surely he, of all people, should have known the level of security that he needed to have around him.
So General Khan had in recent weeks expressed concern about his security, both to myself in preparing for the matter as well as his attorney, Mr. Valley. General Khan had been traveling around in various unmarked vehicles to protect himself, and unfortunately, at an opportune moment, we have this incident taking place. We obviously look forward to the police advising us as to why they didn't provide security for this high-ranking official who was in the limelight and who was going to testify imminently before the Commission.
Because the impression that I'm getting now is that immediately after you delivered papers to the Madlanga Commission, this happens. In other words, that affidavit, firstly, would implicate possibly other high-ranking officials, which would then, by implication to an extent, mean that perhaps you also would have had a leak of some sort, either on your side or maybe on the Commission side. Am I misunderstanding the way that this has been framed?
Well, at this point in time, it's speculative, but we do have concerns. One person who appeared before the Commission has already been murdered, as we know. There's been an attempt on General Khan's life, as he was to appear before the Commission, and there is grave concern that there might be a compromise within the Commission, but at this stage it's speculative.
Let's talk about the condition of General Khan. Where was he shot, and what kind of treatment is he receiving?
So the doctors are treating him, and they've restricted access to him. We understand that he is in a serious condition, looking to undergo further surgery in the next day or so. The doctors have indicated that his condition is critical, and they're unable to operate on him at this point in time until he's stabilized. Access to him is limited, and there is high security at the Netcare facility, which is appreciated by his family and his legal team.
The Madlanga Commission has released a statement about an hour ago. They've wished General Khan well, and that they are in contact with the necessary stakeholders, including the South African Police Services. Have you been in touch with the Madlanga Commission in particular? Because you've just mentioned that there may, and we must emphasize, there may be a leak possibly on their side, judging from what you've said.
So, of recent days, we've had the Madlanga Commission on Friday deliver some 37,000 lines of WhatsApp material to us for purposes of preparation for this coming Wednesday. And yesterday, as late as yesterday, they delivered some 8,000 pages of further documentation to us. Of course, we are concerned that this process did not afford General Khan sufficient time and a fair process before the Commission. There has been some contact with the Madlanga Commission, and we understand that they have directed representatives to arrive at the hospital to confirm that General Khan has in fact been shot, or alternatively whether this is something less serious than what it's made out to be.